Sometimes how you come across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with. That's me.
I am not an African American.
You're Oreo cookie, white in the inside and black on the outside.
I don't have an afro, I have an Amerifro.
Talking that idiotic stuff you talk about, I will slap you.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Black at the ace of spades, but 100% American.
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with me. I absolutely appreciate it. Talking with Mary, a black woman who is waking up to what's really going on in America, and she wants to overcome the fear of speaking up. She wants to just kind of break free so she can help, meet other women and men who understand where she's coming from. And yesterday was the beginning of that. And today is really the opening up of courage for her. I believe that after today, she will have no more fear in speaking the truth. And I've been begging folks to stand up with truth, have faith in what is right, and we can overcome evil. 888-775-3773. And we will take some calls here in a minute. Let me go back to Mary. Mary, let me ask, and by the way, you mentioned that your father didn't realize what he was getting into when he married your mother. You said that he was a very educated man, right?
No, he was not very. He's not a thinker. He
was
goes
working.
to work, comes home.
Okay.
And that's it. He grew up a country boy, and that's it, good man, hardworking. But my mother, on the other hand, was the know-all, be-all. She flaunted it. She rubbed it in his face. And I think she was jealous that he grew up in a two-parent household and she didn't. Because in turn, I did marry the same exact thing, went half the world over and married a man 3 years younger than me, grew up in a healthy home, and I began to resent my husband when we first got married.
Yeah.
So it took a long time for me to realize what I was doing. It almost destroyed my marriage, me trying to take my husband's family jewels.
Amazing.
A concerted effort and then when I finally woke up and I was telling people, women around me, trying to find a connection, like, is this happening to you? Girl, my husband, he don't care. Girl, he easygoing. Every man is easygoing.
Yeah. And that's only make the situation worse when men are quote unquote easy going, when in reality the men are weak and they don't really know how to deal with that type of a woman.
Right. And my husband wasn't going to put up with it. You can't sit up here and become unattractive to me, gain weight, not care, because I can't just not have a job,
Yes.
would leave me. And this is how we talk to each other. He told some of our friends that I would really consider leaving my wife if she gained weight. Everybody got so upset. Like, how dare you be so superficial? But this is what men are attracted to.
Yes.
Absolutely. But they won't say it.
And did you gain weight or no?
No.
Good for you. I often said, too, if I married a woman who was in good shape and looked like she was taking care of herself, and then after we got married, she got fat, I'd dump her, too.
No, that was not.
Good for you. Let me ask, how did your sister turn out?
She stayed within the box, did everything she was told, went to church, went to college, and married a black man, and I don't know. It just doesn't. She's she's got her college degree. He doesn't. She works her bone, her fingers to the bone. She has lupus, and he pays his half of the bills, and he doesn't take care of her.
Wow.
So I never got that whole situation.
Have you tried to have a conversation with her about what's really going on?
We bump heads all the time about it. She believes that you should tithe, even when you're broke. She goes to that huge church, Bishop P.D. Jakes down in Dallas. And
oh, my God.
I don't get the whole mega church. They're not really talking about the real issues, not only affecting black people, but affecting people.
Yes.
The middle class.
Yeah.
It's not abortion. It's not birth control pills. None of that is going to matter if our dollar collapses. But nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned to me yesterday on the phone that you noticed that the churches have become very feminized, and it's almost like a waste of time going there because you're not getting any truth about anything.
Right. I stopped going to church when I left home because I wasn't getting the tools. I got outside the box and went into the military and started seeing the world, and I wasn't getting the tools to fight evil all around me. It was all just pray about it, and it was all this touchy-feely stuff. And I'm like, what? This is not getting me anywhere. Until I watched the YouTube series on Know Your Enemy, and it all started to come together. What's going on in the world, what is happening in the Bible, and it came together for me finally after, so many years of being separate from the church, because praying about these pig feet and they don't, praying that they don't give you cancer is not the answer to people's, I just don't agree with it. I don't agree the approach of just you have to be proactive with your problems.
I often have said that if black people really want to find God, they have a better chance of finding him by staying home than going to these black churches, because these preachers are too afraid to really deal with the issues of life, and they are not helping blacks at all. They're hurting them by keeping them from finding truth rather than pointing the way toward truth.
They're blinded by power.
Yeah.
Power corrupts absolute. How is somebody going to teach you anything if he's so high up with all his things? How is he really going to teach you where you are at in the church?
That's right.
And my thing is, your church is so big. How can you really counsel people?
Yeah. And my experiences with those churches, they don't want to counsel people. They just want to bring in members so that they at the end of the service, they have what they call the doors of the churches open or something like that. And the folks go down and accept Jesus because the preacher said it. They take them in the back room and they sign them up. They're just about signing up members who will bring in the money. It's not about salvation.
And my tithing pays for the bills of the church. And I'm like, this is delusional thinking. Nobody is actually really talking about the 800-pound gorilla in the room.
Yeah.
I don't vote because to me your vote doesn't matter. And as a black person, people think that the black vote actually matters. I don't think any vote really matters. Whoever gets, that the two people that they pick, you vote for the two people, and then you have no other choices. And I'm just like, well, I just refuse. I'm not going to.
When I come back, Mary, I want to talk quickly about your fears, even in your neighborhood, in your community there, so that we can help you get past that. And then we'll take some calls. 888-77-53773. Back in a moment.
Ain't no Jordan